Hello everybody, this is Entendre, and today we're going to be checking out the luxury trap bundle from Freak Music and 123 Creative. So this is the pack right here. This is the website, I'll leave the link in the description, but it's 1545 euros, and yeah, basically you can listen to the preview, but it comes with different loops and construction kits. You got some MIDI files. So you'll have like wave files, MIDI files, and Ableton projects. And then you'll have everything's like labeled so you know what's going on. And there's some demo previews. So let's go ahead and check it out and see what we can build real quick. So we got the pack right here. You got these bonus constructions. You got the trap chords, trap mines, and then trap reloaded. And so let's go ahead and jump in with the trap mines. So if I went into this kit, you can see it's got a bunch of samples in here. And there's also a MIDI file, and there's a demo here. So if I play the demo, so we've got all those bits and pieces here. So I'm going to go ahead and grab the kick drum and make a pattern with that. So let's go ahead and hit Shift Tab to switch over here, and I can drop it in, and then I get a simpler device and I can shorten this and make my own kick pattern. So let's go ahead and program something in. Let's go ahead and set our tempo. So I'm going to choose 144. You can choose whatever you like, but that's in a fairly normal range for a trap beat, 140, 150, somewhere in there. I just happen to like 144. You can use whatever tempo you like. And let's go ahead and extend this pattern out for 4. And I'll duplicate it across, and then let's go ahead and change it a bit here. Okay, so now we can go ahead and add a clap. So then drop that here. And we could either use the loop as it is, or we can make our own. I think we'll just make our own, so I will select this first clap here. Zoom way in so I get it just right. And now we'll put the end mark here. Let's go ahead and make a clap pattern. So this is a halftime beat, so I'm going to put it actually here. And that's sounding pretty good. So now I'm going to go ahead and add some hi-hats. So what do we have here? We can use that, or we can start mixing and matching. There might be some other hats in that pack as well that I'm not seeing, but if we go into this pack, we could either just use the loop as is or start customizing it. So let's hear it as is first. So that's pretty cool. So I think we'll go with that for now. I'm going to turn these red and group that, and we'll just call this drums. And we'll make that red as well. And now let's go ahead and make a bass. So I'm going to do a new track here. And let's find a nice 808 sub. So that sounds good. So we can drop that into a sampler over here, or a simpler. And let's go ahead and select the first hit. And now we can play our own pattern here. And we can make that longer and make some variation. We can see that's in E, and so that's working for us. And now we can go ahead and add another layer. So perhaps we use something from this kit that's in E. Or perhaps this kit that's also in E. And we have this MIDI file as well, so we could drop that in, load up a MIDI instrument. So perhaps we'll use something built in with Ableton. We'll drop an operator on here. And let's hear what that sounds like first. So that's just with a sine wave. Now we could do a lot of things with that. Since it's MIDI, we can arpeggiate it, for example. So we'll drop an arpeggiator on there. Let's make it a 16th pattern to start, and let's try 3 steps, and we'll go a distance of 5, sure. And let's drop a scale plugin on here as well and select some sort of scale that'd be interesting. So let's try any of these really, but let's try this enigmatic scale. And now if I select E, or we may have to transpose it here. Okay, that's not quite right. Let's try another scale here. So we'll do C and then transpose it. So if we're going to E, that'd be 5 semitones. So let's try 5. We can also try selecting that here, E minor. Let's set the bass to E. Try putting transpose back. So there's a lot of possibilities. We could try another scale. Let's try turning that back on. Actually, maybe we want 4 semitones. Let's slow it down for a minute. So we're on G. So we want to go back down a bit. There's E flat, so we want to go up a semitone. And that last note sounded like it was 1 too low, so let's try minor. And now let's speed it back up. Let's try a different scale. So it's just a matter of experimenting and finding a mode that you like. So I'm liking that. So let's check out some more of the samples in here. So if we go over here, we got a riser, get some sound effects. Let's try dragging these in. And let's go ahead and drag all this into the arrangement view and start building our tune out. Now I can hit 2-track and let's just drag all this out for a little ways. And if we just select it all and duplicate it. Then we can have the riser just come in at the end of these for now. And there we go. So we have a bass line, so I'll make that yellow. And then I'll make this my melodic color for green. And let's go ahead and make this orange because it's a sound effect. That's just my methodology. You can color code them however you like. And I will drag this up here. And let's go ahead and make those red. And there we go. So now it's nice and clean. Let's take the sound effect and bring that in as well. Drag in some vocals and see what we can come up with there. Let's go ahead and trim that, and then let's drag this over here and reverse it so it leads into that, and then we can have it kind of fade in and then do this sound effect. Let's just stretch that out so it comes right up to it. Then I'll get rid of that one. We can drag this down here for something else melodic. And if we wanted to put that through the same scale as the other thing, what we could do is convert this harmony to a MIDI track in Ableton Live. And it may not be perfect, but it'll get us the MIDI, and then we can make a new instrument and run it through whatever sound we like. So let's go ahead and mute this original track and see what it just gave us. So you can see there's some extra notes. I'm going to go ahead and fold it. And let's get rid of the obvious mistakes. So anywhere there's just one note. And let's go ahead and hear what that sounds like first of all. So it kind of gave us the chords. I can get rid of the second half because it just loops basically. And we can go ahead and clean this up so that it's just single notes for these different chords. And let's give that a go. Let's see if we just drag each note out like so. This might sound good. We may need to adjust it some. And I'm just hitting Command D to duplicate. And there we go. So let's hear that now, and I'll just loop that. Okay, so that note doesn't need to be there. And neither does that. I think that's correct. So let's quantize those. Okay, compare that to the original. So let's go ahead and mute that again. Now we can replace this with whatever sound we like. So I'm going to use, again, well, let's use analog this time, and let's try a pad sound. And let's go ahead and get rid of that one. So you can get extra MIDI out of these even from melodies that they don't give you in MIDI, or harmonies. So now let's go ahead and take the same scale and throw it on here and hear what that sounds like. Totally different vibe. So now we could hear that with the other part we made. And we could adjust these notes, so if I want to move this down. Let's hear that with everything. That's pretty cool. Now let's go back to the pack and check out some other stuff. We can have this riser come in. It's subtle, but it adds something. You could also reverse some of these claps, so I could throw that in and hit R to reverse. Let's go ahead and turn it down and introduce it over here. Or we could just have it once. Maybe over here as well. And we can boost this bass up if we like. We can use some built-in effects, maybe some compression if we want. So let's try the glue compressor, and we can even sidechain this bass to our kick. So let's do sidechain and take the kick. Of course, we can do much more mixing later down the line, but this is more the creative phase where we're just coming up with some ideas. So for now, I'll just throw a limiter on the master so we don't get any clipping unintentionally there. Let's go back in here and see what else we can find. There's this brass or bass sound. Or this, or we got that, I think. You can check out some of the other areas of the pack here. So if we go to chords, we've got these bonus snares. So we can start working on some kind of build here. I'm going to drag that in, and we'll just move that up here. And there's a lot of ways we could do this, but I think we'll just duplicate it in as audio. And then right here we can go double time. And we can go ahead and add some fast rolls in here. Let's hear what that sounds like. It's pretty cool. So now what we're going to do is drop the bass out for the first section. And let's actually just move this over to here. And what we can do is pump up these drums a bit. So we'll just use the drum bus in Ableton, throw it on here. Throw the compressor on there, some medium. And we can make this red as well. And let's get rid of the kick there. And we can kind of have the drums just all come in over here as well. See how that sounds. So yeah, I'm really liking that. There's definitely a lot more you can do with this pack, but yeah, I mean, I'll just go through some of the sounds real quick, but that's a, you know, nice basic drop for just a few minutes. Yeah, we could get some of these classic chants in here. pretty groovy. So you can also pitch those down, make a cool effect that way. Perhaps add a compressor or some dynamic tube or something to pump it up. And you could try different warp modes to get different types of sounds and play with the formats here. So a lot of possibilities there, and let's go ahead and check out some more stuff. So let's see, you have these Ableton projects that you can open. So I'm going to go ahead and save this. Trap demo project. And let's go ahead and open one of the projects from the pack. So not right here, but some of these, like the bonus constructions, there's a project in here. So if I open this up, you get to see how someone else went about building a project using some of these, which can be really helpful, especially for beginners. Now, if you're not hearing anything, that's probably because this is soloed, so if you unsolo that, then we should be good to go. And these are the same demos from the page, so if you listen to those are included in the pack. Definitely some nice grooves, and you can really get in here and check out how it was built with the layering and the arrangement. So if I collapse all those, holding Option, we can better see. And solo stuff. You got the MIDI here. You can see Silent 1 was used, so if you have Silent 1, you can get some extra presets by checking these out. And sometimes there's like a bank of presets in here that it's part of that isn't the typical. But in this case, I think it's one of the default presets. But if I look at this one, we can see another silent instance. And we have this lead brass. And if I go in there, you can see that this is not the typical bank for silent. So, got some extra presets in there. can mess with the sounds and get some ideas for your own work. And so yeah, let's check out one of the other projects here. You have this other one. We're gonna not save. And again, let's see if anything's soloed. We have this soloed, so let's take that off. And we'll start from the top. So there you go. It's very simple. You've got just a nice demo or two, and then you also have these reloaded packs here. And some additional loops in here. Some cool sound effects and stuff. So there's definitely a ton of great samples in here, and I highly recommend it for anyone looking to make some trap music or bass influence stuff. So definitely check it out. And until next time, I hope you enjoyed this. I'm Entendre. Have a wonderful day. Peace.